What went from totally cool to totally shit in the shortest time? Email mailing lists, newsletters. Great! I can keep up with all the new stuff my favorite sites are selling or doing. Wait, why are they sending me 12 emails a day? Those hoverboard things. Yik Yak was a social media type thing where you could anonymously post stuff that would be visible to people in your area, and people could upvote, downvote. It was fun to use and got pretty popular on my college campus before they ran it into the ground by changing the concept entirely. Lasted maybe 8 months all told. A graduation ceremony tends to do that. Cool. I'm graduating. Watch me officially finish. Achievements. Quote. Few hours later. Okay. Now no one cares and I'm a college freshman, entry-level employee, unemployed. Silly bands and especially fidget spinners. At least to kids. Whenever in like 2012 when everyone was saying, every day I'm shuffling. That week, when Netflix changed its name to Quickster, this really happened. Unemployment. Cool. All the time to play video games and stuff. Shit. How do I pay my bills and why will no one hire me? Went on a date on Tinder. She was a beautiful older woman in her late 30s, looked my age, I'm 29. Hit it off great, we had a beer together and she asked if I wanted to step out to the patio for some air. It was a very nice day. As we walk out she sees this other guy at a table and says hi and talks for a few minutes, then comes back over to me. I ask, oh, who is that? Quote. She responded, my ex-boyfriend, but don't worry, he's just my coke dealer now. And kept going back to talk to him about getting money or that she would figure out something to cover the coke. Yeah, it was weird at it. We had only been on a date for about 15 minutes when she told me this. Mini disc players. Literally, the ice cream that I ate. Due to lactose intolerance. Social media, not all of it is garbage, but much of it has gotten that way. The Sleepy Hollow TV series. The Harlem Shake was really cool the first 3 or so times you saw it. But then it crashed and burned hard. Google Glass. Relationships. Holy fluff, this person is amazing to holy fluff, this person is a fluffing butt. Eating too many edibles. Planking. My hype level when watching the Fallout 76 reveal trailer. The Walking Dead. Fidget spinners. Coney 2012. When I was 16 I was going through this emo punk phase and I decided one day that I wanted to put colored streaks in my hair. So, I went to Walgreens and bought this semi-permanent red dye for dark hair. Because I had no idea how to bleach my hair. I get home, apply the dye and think I'm going to look so awesome that it'll be worth it if my parents get pissed. I had no idea what I was doing and instead of ending up with red streaks thought my hair, I ended up with a huge red splotch at the top of my head because all dye clumped together or something. It looked terrible and was no longer worth getting in trouble for. The next morning I see my mom and she takes one look at my hair and bursts into laughter and tells me, "Wow, you really fluffed it up, didn't you?" Quote. She wasn't mad. She thought it was hilarious and after a bit of teasing she went to Walgreens and got me a box of black hair dye so I could cover it up and not have to go outside looking like that. I guess nobody remembers Beanie Babies. Firefest? Question mark. I bet everyone on that first plane in had that feeling hit em real quick. I'm gonna go with Skype. Game changer. Bringing video conferencing, calling to the consumer world en masse. Then they were bought by Microsoft. Crashed faster than a 737 MAX. Anthem granted. The totally cool part was the first reveal trailer. And the totally garbage part was everything after that. Pokémon Go. I remember that summer it first came out. Wandering around the neighborhood and meeting so many neighbors also out finding Pokémon. I walked so much those first few weeks. And took my phone on runs to hatch eggs and stuff. I don't even remember what happened but suddenly, we all stopped playing it at once. Was it an update? Or it crashed a lot? Can't remember, but within a month, It went from everyone is playing to completely disappeared. I hear it's still around, but it's definitely not what it had been. Heelys? Spelling? The shoes with wheel in the back. At least in my town they were the coolest thing ever. Then a couple weeks later, nothing. Orange is the new black. It's Ken Bone, duh. Jaime Lannister's character arc LMAO. Michael Avenatti. Segways. The marketing hype was phenomenal. It would change the face of the world. I'm actually amazed they are still around. They aren't totally garbage, but they never materialized into. We will need new laws for sidewalk usage because they will be everywhere. Tamagotchis. SEGWAY. There was a toy called Stink Blasters in like 2003-04. Every dude in my 5th grade class had Themyscira. Then you realized they literally smelled like garbage, so you couldn't leave them out in the open. And that was it. Gotta go with Kevin Spacey. From a respected, acclaimed actor to a predator faster than you can scream no. Sugar Ray. They were a heavy rock band with punk influences. They had a hit with Fly, which was almost a bonus track like song on their album Floored. It became so popular that they decided to switch their style to this super garbage T-pop. They even named their next album 1459, meaning they have had their 15 minutes of fame and are currently living the last second of it. Sugar Ray was pretty darn cool before all this. Then they were super garbage T. Buying an aftermarket spoiler on eBay and putting it on your brand new Honda Civic. Fidget cubes. I was so stoked to get one off of Kickstarter, but it didn't live up to the hype. Many of the features are sticky, and it's too clicky to use in an office. Tickle Me Elmo. Everyone wanted one during that holiday season. It was always out of stock. After the holidays, no one cared about it. Pushing my kid on the swing just for her to let go, fall off backwards, and break her collarbone. To go from pure enjoyment to excruciating pain in a split second. Hoverboards. Everyone had them, then they started exploding. Dabbing. Bill Cosby. I haven't finished it, but according to Twitter, Games of Thrones went on a downhill really quickly. YouTube. It used to support the creators, and now the YouTubers are being screwed out of their money if their product isn't ultra clean. Edit. Missed a word. Hammer pants. They were super popular when I was in 3rd grade. Excited I got a pair over summer break. They were not popular at all in the 4th grade. The first day back at school I realized that I could not touch that. Game of Thrones. Vanilla Ice. He pulled the gun on somebody and his career nosedived. The Wii U. Livestrong bracelets plus the following replicas for every cause, event, person, belief, etc. Most battle royale games. They get boring after a while. Rage comics. Yes, they had been very popular at one point. MySpace. Pogs. The party I'm at. I'm 1 hour away from my car with no Ubers. Rural-ish area. 2 from home. I was told it was a small party and it isn't. There are drugs here and friend knew I used to have an issue and have been clean for 7 years now. I really want to go home. I'm panicking. Cryptocurrency. Silly bands. Apparently Game of Thrones. Bethesda. Back in 2011-2012, Skyrim was the greatest game on the planet. The entire reason some of us were even alive. Pretty much overnight, Bethesda turned into just another AAA garbage show trying to milk gamers for every dime they can get. Fidget spinners. Fedoras. There was like a week-long window when Justin Timberlake wore one in Alpha Dog where they were cool. MoviePass went from best service ever to dumpster fire in a matter of weeks. First the movie blackout on MI Fallout weekend, then many theaters having no showings whatsoever. Available to sudden TOS changes with no warning to still trying to illegally charge users that canceled so often that credit companies expedited chargeback policies on Themyscira. Their majority shareholder, HMNY, tanked from nearly $2,000 per share to under a penny each, and they got kicked out of Wall Street. So I switched to AMC A List, and I think they're so much better backways of Movie Pass. Now I get 3 showings a week in Dolby Cinema, rewards, and priority line in concessions. It's great.